What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the
Keeping it 99. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Guys, welcome to another episode of the Keep It 99 podcast. Today we have Chris Ghobrial, who has been behind the camera a couple times on a couple of our episodes. We just keep getting filmers out here. And today we're going to be
talking about are we really more connected?
You really had to look at your notes.
No, it's not even on here. But are we really more connected? How's it going, Chris?
It's going pretty well. It's great to be here today.
So we'll get right to it. Do you believe that we are really more connected? When we say that, we mean does technology make us more connected?
I would say yes and no, because everything's at one touch of a button. Like you can talk to someone at one touch of a button, not like back in the 1800s where you have to write a letter.
A messenger pigeon.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to send a letter in a bottle to them.
But
it's also very unhealthy for people, I'd say too. It's not it's doing harm, but it's also doing it's also helping.
I like that response. Monley, you have any thoughts on?
I really think technology is very useful, but at a certain limit. There's a limit to everything.
Yeah, there's moderation.
Yeah, but I think technology is great and all, but there's also something wrong about it that's affecting us and our relationships between each other. So that brings us to our first topic. How is technology affecting our relationships?
It definitely affects it a lot because even people I've met online, when I meet them in real life, they could be a totally different person. Since you can make yourself whoever you want online, and you have no consequences.
Yeah, you can lie about your Bitmojis too.
Yeah.
No, but I feel like the way how technology affects relationships is that there's two ways how it affects us, right? It affects us in how we interact online and how we interact in person.
Yeah.
I feel like it obviously interacting online, it comes with so many benefits that we would you need 10 more episodes just to talk about the benefits of technology on.
But you would need 20 more to talk about the effects of it.
Yeah, the benefits of it, to how we interact with people, how we interact with businesses, how we interact, and just all the positive things that it brings. But there's also this thing like we talked about, briefly touched on in the last episode, when you're in-person communication, a lot of times because we use technology so much, it hampers our ability to be able to connect with people when you're in front of them, really having a conversation with them.
Social anxiety.
Yeah, social anxiety.
Yeah.
I feel a really good example of that is if you go on the street, everyone's on their phone.
Yeah.
No one says hi. No one even says hi.
Especially when I went to New York last year.
Yeah.
All of it's just technology based. Manhattan. Everything is all phones, or you just don't have a life.
Yeah. The world runs on technology. It
does run on technology. Technology is necessary, but if you go back 20 years from now. 20 years ago.
They just came out with the phone.
Yeah, 20 years ago, right before the iPhone came out, people you would stop and you need to talk on the street. If you still see old people doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that just shows that interaction, even that basic interaction, it's so important because it really allows us to create that's how we create friendships basically. And now it's shifted to this point where we create friendships online, and like you guys just said, you can lie so easily about who you are, about what you are, and so that leads to other things like social anxiety and all these things that make relationships very, very hard because of technology.
Yeah. Like you said, to be good at social skills, you have to experience it. You can't you could always get advice off the internet, but you have to experience.
You can't fake it.
Yeah, you just can't.
Yeah.
You have to be social with someone, talk to them one-on-one to see how that feels. You can't always get advice on something.
Yeah, it's what Chris just said. it's really hard to be fake when you're standing in front of them.
Yeah.
Talking to them. It's a lot easier online when you're behind a screen. You can just have you ever seen any girl's Instagram post? The comments are flooded.
Yeah.
Go girl.
With all these
beautiful.
compliments that
That are lies.
I wouldn't say they were true.
No, it's not even that. Sometimes there's people who are be mad at each other and they'll still be doing that.
Yeah,
you're
that yeah, he said, that's super fake. I don't know. It's just it doesn't work with me. It messes up my head. in a way.
I feel like some people just think it's like just like trying to be nice. Like if you're in person, you just try to be nice. But because 70% of human communication is body language, when you take 70% of the communication out and all is left is your words, like you can't even tell your tone, which is another like I don't know, like 15% or something like that. Like when all you have is the words, it's so hard to like convey that you're just trying to be nice.
Yeah.
It just looks like you're being fake.
Yeah.
And that's like the issue with technology is that like the briefness of it, the easiness of it, it makes it very, very difficult for you to really
It's almost
have
too easy.
It's almost too easy. You can't have a deep connection. Everything is just like small talk.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean,
Can't get deep in conversations like that. But
so can.
and also like relationships between family.
Yeah, even
Like
that, yeah.
you're losing like time you spend together, whether you're on phones or watching something.
Yeah,
That's gonna distract like your whole relationship with your father or your mother or
Yeah.
even siblings.
It makes your
Like,
relationship.
do you guys have like family dinners like every I'm saying like every day? Do you guys all sit down at the dinner table have dinner together?
Not every day, no.
I would say, yeah, not every day, but we try.
Yeah, so like for us, like we never do. Like it's like a once, maybe a once a week thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that was like, that used to be like an integral part to like,
Yeah.
you know, like a family was like, you know, having dinner like all together. Now,
Even when I was younger, when like
Yeah, even when I
me
was
and my-
younger, yeah.
me and my brother didn't have our phones, we'd always have like a family dinner.
Toys. Oh. Yeah, but I'm saying like even when you were younger, you still had like distractions.
yeah, but there was still that sense of like, there was like the sense of connection like all the time with your family. Like
Yeah.
there'll be times where like I'll go days without talking to my sister just because she's always in her room on her phone. I'm always, you know, downstairs like on my computer or whatever, like studying
On your
whatever on my
machine.
phone. Yeah, on my ice machine or whatever. Like I can literally go a week without talking to Ivana and not even notice.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that if you can't even connect with your own family members,
It's
it
gonna
is
be hard
so
to connect
hard
with
to
other
connect with people like
On the outside.
on the outside.
Especially people you don't know.
Especially like strangers, and that's why I feel like people just go on their phones in public and you know just kind of like
Yeah.
headphones in, hood down, phone just walking head down like
Yeah.
as if you're just like a ghost.
But like you said, like people like back then they interacted a lot.
Yeah.
Like when I was at the hospital yesterday, getting my finger checked out, you know, there was this old guy that kept like talking, not like necessarily interviewing people, but he was like talking to them, like he wanted to get to know others, and everybody was just on their phones for hours and hours.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you were on your phone for hours and hours.
Yeah,
at the
I mean,
hospital.
I had to do research, so
Yeah, here's اخرته ده الريسيرش بتاعك. Anyways, yeah, no, but for people like there's this like big sense of like people losing respect for other people because of like technology. Like your level of respect for the people around you goes down when you have technology because like again that connection, that bit like human connection is not there.
Mhm.
Everything like if you think about it, you go on Instagram, like you go to some like comments of like, you know, any post, like let's say like, you know, it's a post of I don't know, since the NBA, you know, playoffs are now, like a post of like,
Jason Tatum.
or here's a really good example. The Liverpool Real Madrid game was yesterday. You know,
Oh,
Real Madrid
sadly.
won, and
Sad day
Shouldn't
for
have
Liverpool.
happened.
and
It's
Mohamed
okay.
Salah had some tweets before where he's like,
Oh, yeah.
like I got a
We're not
score to
done yet.
got a score to settle, right?
The
And so
people
there's like,
clowned him.
yeah, there's
He's
these
getting
pages.
clowned right now.
Yeah, there's these pages that are like posting that, and with like replies, and like, and the comments are flooded with just like negative, like no respect. And obviously, like it's one thing because he's like a sports person, and like that's what people do anyways. But if you take that application of like you can't even respect someone who like is obviously better than you to an extreme like extent
Yeah.
at something, if you can't even do that, it is so obviously that's like a very extreme example, but it's so hard for you to take that type of respect. That's all you're surrounding yourself with, and that's all that you're doing all the time. Always, you know, like speaking negatively about about you know celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard to turn that into positivity with the people around you,
Mm-hmm.
because the more you fill yourself with negativity, the more negative you are, and that creates more negative relationships and you know like all the issues that you know come with 21st century friendships.
I feel like technology can, like, for some people, it can really ruin them.
Yeah.
Because, like, the lack of consequences, like, you could post something and you're not going to get consequences right away. But in 20 years, if someone finds out what you
Yeah.
said, like, you could be out of a job all of a sudden because you said something when you were like a teenager and you weren't matured. So that's why like you have to be really careful when you're on technology. Because
Yeah, and that like goes back to the point to where like when you're on technology, when you're having conversations with people, like sometimes like that level of respect that's in person doesn't translate into the like online world. And
How
so,
I
like,
basically see is like if I'm talking to someone online, I basically see it as like, what if I'm talking to them in person? Like, what
Yeah.
if they were sitting right next to me? Would it be okay to say that to them if they were sitting like right in front of my face, or am I just hiding behind a screen?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that's actually like a really good point. Like, you know, making sure like you know that they have that like that really dumb like what's it called? What's that thing called where it's like a abbreviation like means something?
A GIF?
No, there's like an abbreviation, and there's like for example like have you ever seen like in your school like there's the posters where it says like think,
Oh,
and then it's got
yeah.
like the steps.
Oh,
I forgot what that thing is. What that type of stuff is called.
Acrostic poem.
it's kind of like that.
I don't know. Whatever it is, I'll put it down here just to make it more obvious.
Oh,
about
it's
what I'm
a
talking
mnemonic
about.
device.
Mnemonic device. Thank
Oh.
you. You ever seen like that stupid mnemonic where it's like think, like before you like do something online, like it's like THINK, whatever.
Actually,
Yeah.
that reminds me of something. When we put it in the group chat, you remember?
No. Someone put that in the group chat.
Yeah, they were talking to someone. I'm not gonna say who, but they were talking to someone, and they were like, "You should apply this before you speak."
Oh, obviously, it's like a stupid mnemonic, but it is really true. You think before you speak. You have to plan out. Not plan out. Sorry, do not plan out your text, but like keep in mind like this person has feelings, right? This person's got like
It's another human.
it's another
basically.
human. So that like to go back to like the main thing that we have, like are we really more connected? I feel like it if you really are able to think before you do stuff, you feel more connected. But I think if you don't, you almost feel like lonely and like kind of like not connected, which I believe leads us to Munna's second subtopic.
Yep, appreciate it. So the second subtopic was the toll technology has on our mental health.
That's a very heavy subject.
It
And I
is.
feel like
But
there
it's
are
something that needs to be talked
Yeah, it
about.
definitely needs to be talked
yeah, and I
about.
feel like we don't talk about it enough
Yeah,
because like if you think about it,
it's almost like a trap.
it is a trap. Like if I had to think about it, a single app that was the biggest trap to like
Failure.
maybe not in the sense of like are you more connected, but like it's a trap to like for like bad mental health it's Instagram. Like
And TikTok.
Instagram and TikTok, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are two apps that like really
Ruin
can
a
mess up
person.
someone's mental health.
Yeah.
Because you just keep scrolling.
I mean, not
It's
even
not even-
that.
it's not even that.
Comparing yourself against
Yeah.
someone else that like I don't know how to say, but someone that looks a certain way, you want to be exactly like him. You want to have the like
Or a certain
your
lifestyle
right
you
bicep exactly like the left. Like it's near impossible to be just like that person.
Yeah, so I feel like TikTok and Instagram are different, right? TikTok is more about like you're aimlessly scrolling all the time, and you always feel like there's like someone there, but you just feel so lonely because you're just sitting there scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And TikTok has this thing, right, where like these creators really do have like conversations with you through their videos and through their comments. But like if you've ever had a conversation with someone in the comment section, it's not a conversation.
Dude, it's
like,
literally just back and forth trash talk.
it's just back and forth trash talk, and it you just feel like lonely at the end of it. Like you ever get like I don't have TikTok anymore, but like when I did, you ever like get off TikTok and you just like feel like
Dang, dude, what am I doing with my life?
yeah, like what's next? Like what am I doing?
What did I just spend like an hour doing?
Exactly.
And you don't
It-
even realize,
you don't
how the
realize.
time that passes by.
Yeah, and that again leads to less connections. Less time equals less people talk to. You know,
Less money. No.
less money if you're Mun. But
Gotta
like
chase your bag.
yeah, but like TikTok itself, is like literally can make you go insane.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy because the amount that you just sit there and just scroll and scroll and scroll, you compare yourself to others. You try just sit there, read people trash talk each other or participate in trash talking each other. You know, you have all these like this is surrounded by all this negativity, and that translates into your connections outside and leads you to be even more lonely and feel more lonely. You know, like Instagram as well, like it can lead to problems like, you know, like social anxiety, you know, like a lot of psychological issues. I'm literally just reading straight off of your phone, but you know, you can have like low like emotional like stability, you know, and it can even like increase your risk for, you know, depression and anxiety.
Yeah.
And I feel like for like, you know, there's like obviously like medically like medically sorry again, sorry, there's lots of stuff going outside. Medically proven like depression where like you go to the doctor, like get like diagnosed for it, and a lot of those like the cause of that like I'm talking about like real depression, not like people like making up stuff, but like the cause of it, a lot of it really is social media.
Cyberbullying.
It's not even cyberbullying. It's people getting in their own heads. People like comparing themselves to others. Like that's like the number one reason why people like, you know, feel sad.
I feel like Instagram itself, like, it's kind of like it's a rabbit hole, like a trap that leads you into comparing, like, oh, why am I not like him? When you need to realize that that's not him every day, or that's not him like 99.9% of the time. That's his like best, like everything that's the best about him, and he's posting it. Like, it's very different than real life, and you start thinking to yourself, like, why can't I be like him? Why can't I like do this? When you need to just like at some point just like start focusing, like, this is not real life. This is just like, this is basically fake. And like you need to just become like, you need to be okay with not being like the best in the entire world. Because like he's really not even the best in the world.
Yeah, like even like if you go on TikTok, well, you don't have TikTok, but like there's these day in the life videos where it shows like their day is perfectly fine. There's no problems.
Because it's just
but that's what they wanna. That's what they wanna show to the media, that their life is perfect.
It's a 1 minute recording of their whatever they got from their day. Like have you ever like imagine like if you just were able to just like see the entire world from someone else's eyes for a whole day, and you could see their thoughts. I guarantee you, it would be like
not perfect.
It would not even not perfect. It would be just like yours.
Yeah.
Like not like the same, but like the same like the struggle. Like there's still struggle. There's still like there's not and not like just because they're famous, just because they have followers does not mean like their life is perfect. And I feel like even for obviously we're not famous, but like for us as a podcast, like I don't talk like this all the time. Like this is not like I don't always have really, really deep conversations or really long conversations. Like no one does.
Yeah, you can't expect.
Like there's even times where like I'll finish a podcast and I just won't talk to anyone for the rest of the day because I'm like I've like ran out of words. Yeah, like
you're drained.
Yeah, I'm drained from just like talking and stuff. And so I feel like even that like to some extent shows people like something that's like not true. I don't know about you, Mona. You don't talk anyways, but
No, I do. Even this podcast, it's like it's grown like our social.
Oh, it has for sure.
Yeah.
Like for me, like when Brian came on, because I didn't know him before, like to have an actual conversation with someone, literally minutes after meeting him, is so hard.
It is.
And for you, like coming out of your comfort zone, you know, you don't talk a lot, and
No, I do. Sometimes.
He does not talk a lot. He only talks when he wants to, which is an issue. But now he's wanting to, so that's growth, self-growth.
Good job, man.
We're going on to the last subtopic.
It's not the last one, don't worry. He's just playing with you.
The effect social media has on our social skills.
Which I feel like ties in like really well into like what we were saying.
We've kind of covered it a little bit in the first topic. Like the more you're on something, the more you're talking to people online, you're not going to be the same in person, one-to-one.
No, I even feel like for me, like I don't talk the same over text like as I do in person. We talked about this last week, how like
the body language. I don't see your body language through text.
How like I'm really like aggressive on text sometimes.
It looks like you're aggressive.
Yeah.
But like you could be like totally normal.
I mean, by the way, the entire time I was texting you last night.
You were aggravated?
No, I was not. I was just sitting there, just like typing it out, straight face, like didn't even.
No emotions.
No emotion, at all.
I feel like that's like every time you text, like even in like a happy way, you could be like texting, "Oh my gosh, good
face,
job."
Like,
and you're like, "Oh my god, I'm so happy," and you're like,
you're not
you're like actually so sad.
You're just so normal.
You're just normal. Like, because again, there's something else.
You don't need to do it, so like, why would you do it?
No, there's something else about like talking like with someone. It's like it's as if like just being in front of someone causes something in your brain to be like, oh, I'm talking to someone.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're like looking at a phone, like your brain doesn't really recognize that you're talking to someone, so it doesn't like. I don't know if this is true. Like I don't know if it like releases like certain hormones or something, because like no matter what on text, I have a straight face. No matter what I say, like I
even
have
if
a
you get
straight
good
face.
news.
I mean, there's sometimes where like I'll smile
Yeah.
or like I'll laugh, but like I'll say 95, and I laugh a lot, but like 95% of the time, it's just a straight face.
Yeah, I could be like super mad or super happy, and I'll still
Yeah, and I'll still be the same. Like
straight face.
it won't even affect me like at all. And I feel like that can lead to like people saying things that like they literally they don't mean at all, and that like causes like a lot of like issues because like when you're like just kind of like even if you feel like you're in a playful mood, but you're like not like that straight face type of thing.
Makes you look like a mean person.
Yeah, and it's not even that. Like you'll be getting into a conversation with someone where like you can see it headed down a wrong direction, but because like you don't get that like sensation of like anger because you don't like you're not with them, and you keep that like straight like normal like whatever like bland like tone and like bland like mindset, you can start to say things in like that like you would normally not say because you would be too mad or like you would know that you're too mad and so you wouldn't say it. But like you would just say it as if it's like nothing, just because like you feel like nothing, you feel like it's nothing.
Yeah, like even some stuff I see on text, like if I was mad at someone or if I was just talking to someone, we're joking, and I go like shut up right away, I probably wouldn't say that like face to face, because definitely they would be like,
I feel like
Yeah, you
do,
wouldn't.
Chris, I don't know what you're talking
or like
about.
other stuff, but I definitely wouldn't like say something that would really hurt someone's feelings right in front of their face.
Yeah.
But like when I'm texting, I'm hid behind the screen.
Yeah, let's just hurt their feelings on the screen.
Like, I mean, I still don't have a consequence with it. Like, even with people I don't know, like, on, like, if I'm, like, in a TikTok reply, and I'm, like, telling,
Oh my gosh, I
I'm, like,
hate
being,
TikTok
like,
replies.
super mean to someone. I wouldn't do that in real life, even if I was, like,
And
in the
it
same
turns out
argument.
you're either beefing with a 42-year-old
Yeah,
with
it's-
no life or an
there's,
8-year-old
like,
that's
yeah.
like a kid. And there's, like, no point of arguing.
Yeah.
Like a fifth grader.
No, but I feel like sorry, I forgot what I was gonna say. But anyways, like that whole reply thing, like because you don't know the person, this is the biggest issue I have with like massive comment sections, is that like you don't know anyone.
Yeah.
Like you actually do not know them, and like for you to go in there and like talk to them as if you would like be talking to your friends is just like I just find it so odd.
Yeah.
How people can
definitely.
just go into like a TikTok comment section and just talk as if it's just like some dude they've known for like 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Because like there's just some stuff you don't say, and people just go out and just
They
say
just
it
say
anyways.
it.
They just say it anyways.
Like, why not?
Yeah, why not? And I feel like again that reduces that level of connection you have, because you can't have that real connection with your friends if that's how you're going to be talking to some random 42-year-old online that you don't even know is 42 years old.
Or
Yeah.
a fifth grader.
Or a fifth grader, like, because like if you have to, that was probably really loud. Was it? Sorry, I apologize for that.
We'll cut
if
it
you
out.
we're not gonna cut it out. We'll just put a little warning.
little snippet.
Warning. Sorry, oh, it's gonna fall again. Sorry. If you have to talk to your friends the same way that you talk to some random Joe online, like you don't have that connection with your friends anymore,
Yeah.
and then you start to like distance yourself and you start to like retract yourself because you feel lonely, even though like you're not lonely, and you continue to feel that and you go down this hole, and it just like leads to like a lot of negative things. Yeah, it leads to a lot of negativity.
I've seen like a lot of people become like super lonely off social media, to the point where like even like in comment sections they'll just like try to start an argument because they're bored
Yeah.
and they want, like, not even just like because they like feel like they feel like, oh, this is like something I'm actually serious about.
Oh yeah, no, they're just
like,
straight
oh,
joking.
well,
They
I'm
just
bored.
see-
Let's just have
yeah.
an argument.
No, they just see an opportunity.
Yeah, definitely.
To like, just like make fun of people. I've done that before, actually, in the Instagram comment section. There was some posts. I won't say what it is because I'll get in trouble if I say that. There was some posts about a certain soccer player, and and I went in and I just like, as a joke, I was like, commented something, and then I started like a whole argument. I was actually not expecting it, and I was sitting there and I was like, just like straight up like flaming these dudes in the comment section, like saying like things that like I really don't believe and like I don't think,
Like the randomest things.
yeah,
that,
the
like,
most random things, and like low-key, like it's not appropriate for us to talk about this podcast, obviously. It's like things that are just like completely inappropriate to like have it to say to anyone. that I'm just like saying to this random dude that I don't know. And like this went on for like 3 hours.
3 hours?
Yeah, bro. I was just like in lunch, bro, just going at this
Your
dude.
lunch
And
is
then
3 hours.
and then no. I was in lunch and then like put my phone down, like came back to it like after school, bro, and just started like, just going at him for like another like hour and a half. And this comment section was like just kept getting longer and longer and longer until the comment got deleted by the soccer page. So
I feel like doing that with your friends is like something that can build your relationship, and doing it
Yeah,
with
'cause it's,
someone
like, fun.
random. Like the other day, I was saying that the dinosaurs built the pyramids,
Hmm.
and I was making a really big argument for it for no reason, but it was still like
It's
everyone
funny,
knew
yeah.
it was
It's
joking.
entertaining.
But like if I'm doing that with someone online, then it kind of loses its value if I do it with my friends.
and even like there's like certain things that like people have discussions about like with their friends that like they need to be conversations like in person.
yeah.
Like I know we you were too young for this one though. You weren't in our group at this point, but there were like a lot of things, like a lot of issues that we had that we needed to talk about, and we continued to try to talk about it through text, and it only led to more issues.
Yeah.
And we tried to talk about it through FaceTime, which is just even worse. FaceTime is like it's like a fake in-person
Face to face,
conversation.
yeah.
Like it's kind of bad because like the fact you can just like enter and leave at any time, or you can just like stay quiet and just kind of like listen in the background and stuff like that.
I mean, you can still do that in normal conversation.
You can still do that in person, but you can't
But
just
it's
like
so hard to.
you can't just walk in and walk out. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? And so that just leads to more issues, and then to the point to where like when we got to the point in person, like it just like no one even cared anymore, and it just became like
I feel
part
like
those
text-
issues like became like a part of our friend group, and we're still like dealing with that now.
Still
I
now.
feel like text can like blow it out of proportion because
For sure, yeah.
you still have no body language, so you don't
Yeah.
know like how someone's actually really like saying what you really want to say.
Yeah, and I mean that just goes back to like, you know, like the fact about like social media and text in general, and you know like all the like mental things that like go along with it. It's so tough, and you know that's something that we are going to talk about on this podcast. You know, mental health.
Soon.
We're hopefully we'll have a series coming up. Be our first series. It'll be on mental health. It's not going to be like soon. It'll probably be like a couple weeks before we get that out, just because it's a lot more planning and a lot more stuff. But yeah. But you know that's the
gonna wrap up
conversation.
the
I guess
episode.
that's the conversation about are we really more connected? Chris, final verdict. Are we really more connected?
No, because we have social anxiety and we can't talk to people we don't know.
Final
I
answer.
like that. I feel like on a surface level we are more connected. But if you really like dig deep down,
On paper we are, but
Yeah,
when you
in
actually look
reality.
between the lines, we're not.
yeah, I like that one. All right, so that'll wrap up this episode. If you've liked this, please subscribe and like and share because our last podcast did a little poorly. Hopefully the
it
thumbnail
was a good episode, though.
Hopefully the thumbnail is better on this one and you actually clicked on it. But yeah, we'll work on that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching and see you later.
We out, baby.